Everybody, welcome back to Rapture Radio. This is Metal Dan, also with WCNI in New London, Connecticut. I am beyond honored to talk to my next guest on the show. I had his picture hanging up on my wall back in the 80s. I'm dating our ages a little bit here, man. I'm honored to have former lead singer of the band Accept and currently in UDO. I'm talking about Udo Dirkschneider. Udo, how are you?
Hello. Everything good? So here we go. Let's
Excellent.
Some questions.
You know, you've got a new record out called Game Over, out now on AFM Records.
Yes.
When I saw the title, I thought, oh man, is that it? Game over for Udo? Is that it?
No, definitely not. No, I mean, we had this time the whole production recording stuff was a little bit different about the pandemic stuff, you know.
Right.
So and then I don't know when and what exactly who it was came up and said in German, everything is gone, you know, everything is the end. And then the title came up, Game Over. And they said, yeah, that's a great title. Let's do it, you know. So and but the meaning is not like that I'm stopped making music or stopped touring or don't make any albums anymore. No, I mean Game Over in a way you can say also is like, you know what, we have all these climate problems, and we had a big flood here in Europe, you know, and that if we are not careful, let's say in this way, then we have a big game over.
Have you thought about retiring at all? Has that ever entered your mind? I mean, I don't want to give away your age. I'm 51, and I know how I feel sometimes, you know, getting up in the morning. You know, has it ever crossed into your mind? Hey, you know, maybe time to wind it down a little bit.
No, this is definitely not me. No, I mean, you know, at the moment it's a little bit boring also for us, for the whole band. You know, it's like we cannot tour. We have to move also the European tour to next year. That was our Russian tour is now moved to next year. The American tour was already confirmed, and then we have to move this also to next year.
Right.
So, you know, it's like getting a little bit boring, you know, at the moment. Okay, I'm the only thing what I'm doing at the moment is doing some interview stuff about the new album. And, but then it's like feeling a little bit retiring. And if I start thinking about it, it will be like this. No way. No.
Well, let's talk about the record. Game Over, the name of the record. Talk about the timeline of this record. You know, obviously it sounds like you recorded at least part of this during the pandemic, right?
Yeah, we did the whole thing during the pandemic. And so we did all first we was collecting all the ideas, you know, we had, I don't know, 35 ideas, not finished songs.
Yeah.
So, and then we said, okay, we want to work on this and this and this song. So, and then I was lucky to go into the studio of my son to do some vocal stuff already, you know, finding some melodies and all that stuff. And also with my son, I was doing all the lyrics and all, he came up also with really good melodies. And and then normally we go into, let's say a rehearsal room or a little studio where we can start arranging the songs. But this time, it was not possible. So that means, thank God we have this modern technology, internet.
Yeah, right.
You know, and then we did everything over Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, WhatsApp, all that stuff, you know. And then we said always like, okay, now we want to work on this song. And then, of course, there was a conference thing going on. And then, but then you have to wait. The guitar player was sending a file. The other guitar player was sending a file, you know, and it was, it took some time this time. And but of course we had time, there was no touring going on, so that's also another reason why we put 16 songs on this album, you know. So and And then also at the studio, when we did the final recording, there was just the sound engineer and always like one musician. Okay, we had a laptop on the side so that we can watch each other, but that was a little bit, let's say, it was not really feeling doing an album, you know. But in the end, I think it came out very good. I mean, thank very much again to our producer, you know, he did a great job. And yeah, so I'm really happy with the new album. I think there are a lot of different stuff, you know, a little bit more modern, but also going back to the older days. And yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
mix up. I will say it's a good mix up.
Yeah, you know, that was my first thought when I initially listened to this record. It's obviously classic traditional music that you are known for, but it does have a modern twist. To my ears, anyways.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I mean, it's also, you know, for me also this album is after a long time a real band album. You know, everybody was involved in everything, you know, and it was not like, okay, this is my song and has to be like this. No, that was like working together, guitar players was working together, the bass player involved, my son involved, and of course myself also. And yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with everything, you know. And yeah, and now we want to present the new album live, and hopefully everything works. So at the moment, the only thing I know for America and Canada is like they're talking about next year, September, October.
Okay, excellent. Something to look forward to then.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, on this record, you know, you obviously have songs like Metal Never Dies, your classic song that I think you're well known for. But I noticed that you write about some world issues that are going on in the world today, specifically the song Kids and Guns, which I think everybody can relate to nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Kids and Gun. It's like a song, you know, the lyrics is completely against weapons, you know. I mean, it's not only America. I mean, in America, there's a strong thing going on with the lobby, you know, the weapons lobby, lobby. I know that. But we have the same shit going on here also in Europe. And also like in Africa, you know, they are kidnapping young boys, and they creating young soldiers of them, you know, making young soldiers of them, killing people. They are just 14 or 15 years old, you know. It's like in general. And yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, why not writing lyrics about what's going on in the world, or what we don't like, or maybe can be changed? But it's not like a teacher, you know. You have to listen to that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's some people interested in listening or going more deeper into the lyrics. It's okay. If not, it's also okay, you know.
Yeah. You know, you touched on it earlier. Your son, Sven, in the band with you. I'm really curious, what is it like to have him in the band with you?
Well, it's like, yeah. Now he's 6 years already in a band, and it's I don't want to say it's like a father and sonship, you know. It's more like a friendship, and he is now really doing so many things for the band, you know, really involved, and it's very easy, you know. A lot of people say, "Oh, can that be not a problem with the rest of the band or whatever?" No, nothing, you know. It's like. In a way, don't get me wrong, is a band member.
Right.
Okay, he's my son. I'm really proud of him, what he's doing, you know. Of course, he did a really good job on the drums, or he's doing still a good job on the drums.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's fine to have somebody like this behind me, you know. I mean, the whole band at the moment is also really young. The new members, 2 members that I have, Thielen Hurup on bass, he's just 30 years old. D. Dammers, he's 28 years old.
Yeah.
My son, 27, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and Andre is in a way the oldest one, 35. But, you know, a lot of people was asking how you can deal with that, so with young people. I said, yeah, I mean, we don't have any problems, you know. We can, for me, it's also good, you know, they're thinking a little bit different, they're talking a little bit different. So, you know, you get into that and they're coming up also with some fresh ideas. So that's the good thing, you know.
I was about to say, maybe they're helping keep things fresh. You know, keep like with this record, it's classic sounding, but it's modern sounding as well. And I'm sure they have something to do with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's a good thing, you know. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward already for the next album.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, I know. Some people said, "Are you crazy?" Yeah, you know, but yeah, you know, the feeling with this band now, what we did on the Game Over, you know, you really said, yeah, that will be looking forward already to the next one, you know. So yeah, we will see. But if everything touring wise happened next year, then the whole year will be full.
Nice, nice. You know, I hear your voice on the new record, and to me, it doesn't, I'm sure it's changed some, but it still sounds the same, you know, as it did in the 80s. I mean, what do you think the reason for that is? Is it luck? I mean, the voice is a muscle. Do you take care of it? Why do you think, you know?
Let's say in a way, I do nothing.
Okay.
For my voice. I never warm up before I go on stage. And also at the studio, it's just, you know, when the sound engineer is okay, making the equalizer right and this, then of course he said always, oh, can you sing a little bit, then make the sound right? And that's for me the warm up. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm really lucky with my voice, you know. I mean, I go every year to a doctor, check everything, and he always said, yeah, everything is okay, you know. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, the only thing I can say, I'm really, really lucky with my voice, you know. And it's getting, in a way, with Stefan Kaufmann, he was recording the Game Over, and I mean of Stefan Kaufmann, of course, he knows my voice for, I don't know.
Right.
And he said to me, this is a miracle. He said, unbelievable, you can hit some notes, you know, it's like, wow. Yeah, and he said, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
You're a lucky man, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, thinking about the band UDO, this is the 17th record with UDO, and you started UDO, I believe, in 1987, I believe.
Yes.
Did you think you'd still be going this long?
Paul, yeah, I mean, of course, there was something in between with my old band, except, you know, we did a reunion with 3 albums, but anyway, that doesn't work out. And then I started UDO again. And let's say in the beginning of the second time of UDO, I was thinking, it's not so easy, you know, after the reunion of Accept to start again then with UDO. But of course, in 87, I was not really, see that will be that long, you know, that I'm making 17 albums with UDO. I mean, yeah, so, and here we go.
Yeah. You know, you touched on touring, you know, hopefully, as long as everything goes well, you'll be over here in the States next year, September, October. We'll see about that. You never know. As I understand it, you've already played a couple of shows, correct? You know, in Europe, is that correct?
Yeah, we did just a show on Saturday this week, and was a Metal Hammer Paradise going on. And yeah, I mean, it works, you know. The people just can go in if they are tested, have the vaccination here.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there was 4,000 people.
Okay.
I mean, So, I mean, it works, you know. So, and we did also in Belgium, the Alcatraz. There was the same thing, you know. You can go only in if you got everything, and also in Czech Republic, it works, you know. What makes me a little bit angry is like, you know, you're watching football here in Europe,
Yeah.
and there are 40,000, 50,000 people,
Yes.
and so no concerts. I mean, I know a lot of musicians that said that we don't understand this, you know. This is like crazy. But what will you do?
Do you have to do anything differently? You know, do you just hang out by yourself? Very little socializing to keep safe?
Yeah, okay, of course. We are a little bit separate, the whole band and our crew, of course. And then, of course, on stage, you just come on stage and then do the whole thing and back to the hotel or whatever, and bye-bye, you know. I mean, you have to be a little bit careful. But so everything works, you know. So that's the problem.
You know, do you think touring will ever get back to the way it was? I mean, it has to at some point, right?
This is, but I think that will be stays for a while, you know.
Yeah.
And definitely also, I think here in Europe, you have to wear the mask. That's definitely happened. At the moment, the infections are really high here in Germany, unbelievable. And also in Netherlands going higher. And I mean, it's of course, it's the winter time. Everybody stays inside, not outside. And yeah, I think next year it will go down really, really down, you know. And now, but we will see. That's the thing about with this fucking Corona thing, you know. You never know what's coming up next week, you know.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we have to work on our South American tour. It starts in January.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they said, yeah, no problem. You can come. Now we make the visa stuff and blah blah blah. Yeah, we will see. I don't trust the whole thing, you know. But we will see. If it happened, wow, great.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but we will see. You know, that's the thing. You don't know. You don't know what's coming up. You know, maybe they can in 2 days they come up and say, sorry, it doesn't work. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you appreciate playing live now a lot more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, I know as a fan, I appreciate going to shows a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, you know, you go on stage with a lot of emotions, you know, and really it's like, yes, we can play in front of people, you know, it's like really, yes, here we go. Yeah, this is different than you know, if you're always like on tour and hey, hello. If you had every show now was really special.
Yeah. One last question. I know you've got the tour hopefully happening. Until then, what's next for Udo? You know, writing, recording, or you just waiting?
No, let's say definitely when the tour is over next year.
Yeah.
For example, everything works.
Yeah.
Then we are finished maybe in October, November next year, and then definitely we start working on a new album. So there is no, of course, a little bit relaxing in between, blah blah blah. But
right.
Course, then we definitely we start working on a new UDO album.
Well, that's good news. That is good news, Udo. I want to thank you for taking a couple of minutes out of your day. I appreciate it. I can't even. Anytime I get to talk to people who were up on my wall when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, I'm beyond honored. And thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Take care of yourself, Udo. Be safe.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.